Also, Amtrak train services are operating between Stamford and New Haven are still experiencing delays due to an electrical system outage. This comes as thousands of people have been dealing with a true train travel nightmare over just the last 24 hours. Downed wires ended up stranding hundreds of customers last night. And then Metro North ended up canceling several trains this morning. And your reporter Roger Suzanen spoke with some of those people whose trips ended up a little off track.
This morning, train travelers double-checked the departure board to make sure they could finally get out of Dodge. Last night, more than 1,000 passengers traveling on 3 separate trains had their trips suddenly short-circuited.
I looked out the window and I was like, we've been stopped for like 30 minutes. And then they threw the announcement out, we're having a delay because some wires fell down over the tracks.
10-year-old Kenneth Davis kept his cool, but says plenty of adults were getting extremely frustrated. The wires toppled onto the tracks near Westport. Some passengers were stuck for hours before finally getting more bad news.
They said, we're not going anywhere. Get off the train. So everybody got off the train. Everybody's in here trying to figure out how to get to south of New York. Or if you were going to New York, people were catching Ubers.
Dr. Ron-Ann Risha had to turn around and stay in New Haven last night. But the truth is, she was actually lucky compared to other passengers.
I heard from somebody here in the station that 500 people were stuck on a train for 3 hours with no air conditioner. In the big scheme of things, I had alcohol, I had electricity, I had air conditioning while I was waiting on the train. And then when I got off, I just had to figure out where I was going to stay.
Dr. Risha did have to shell out money for a hotel. This morning, another adventure began as several trains between New Haven and New York were canceled because of the issue. Just one thing after another.
I had to pay for another ticket, I had to pay for a hotel, I had to pay for 2 Ubers. So today when I get home, I'm going to call and see if they can do any kind of compensation.
Multiple fire departments worked together to eventually clear the wires, and most travelers we spoke with were in pretty good spirits. After all, in this kind of travel nightmare, there's just nothing you can do but wait.
Just don't let the world get you down. Tomorrow's going to be better than yesterday, and if it isn't, be happy with what you got, and then go from there.
And by the way, Fairfield Fire Department leaders tell us that they do train regularly with the MTA Fire Department for scenarios just like this one. If not for that training, they say last night's chaos could have been even crazier. Reporting inside Union Station in downtown New Haven, I'm your reporter Roger Suzanen, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.